Yeah, that shall be my intro for today's live stream. You know, we're chillin', we're chillin'. You know, being as chill as you humanly can, playing this level here. The funky one, if you will. Anyways, without further ado, let's just get into this. We're eventually not gonna enjoy the experience, you know. So let's take everything out of it while we still can. First attempt of the day. No, surprisingly enough, I made it past the very first ship part. You know, that's quite the accomplishment. It's gonna take a while to get our consistency. Luckily, we do have quite some time actually this time around. I need to set my mouse pad in a way that it doesn't feel funky for my wrist here. For comfort is really one of our main priorities over here. The absolute main one being beating the red level, if you know what I mean. You know, we go by first name basis. Funny red level of Bloodbath. Okay, I went too late there. Up and down. I'm quite surprised that I didn't die at the straight line part there, because I was just wiggling all over the place. That was a little cleaner, if you will. Okay, we died at 11 though. Should I just put a start position? Nah, I don't want to risk accidentally just making it to crack from 11, so I'm not gonna put a start position in the miniship part. I'm just gonna try brute force my way into consistency. Because that's the better strategy for this time around anyway. Sorry, I'm having a little stuttering problem, especially having to speak this language that I need to use extra brain power in order to even form sentences in. No data? Why? I'm just freaking hoping that this works. Regardless of what YouTube says. I'm gonna hope that the no data stands for, you know, there's, you know, no data about the quality of the connection, and, you know, not that I'm literally outputting no data. You know, I'm just speaking to myself here. Okay, died at the funny timing. But you know, that was a very quick call. I must start that sentence all over again because it makes no sense in its current state. You know, I got to Michigan fairly quickly this time around. So the consistency is clearly already showing up. So now we're just gonna practice Michigan with the start position here to get some more consistency. I'm gonna take a sip of this unspecified liquid. Not gonna risk it with the copyright law. Also, I'm gonna sit straight because I don't wanna break my back playing this $4 video game. Regardless of how many hours I've already put into it, which... I mean, when people find out that I have 2,000 hours in Geometry Dash, they usually freak out. But the funny thing is that I'm not even close to the biggest amount of hours. You know, there are people who have like 10,000. Now it says excellent connection. That's very interesting on your part, youtube.com. Because it's not gonna say excellent connection for too long. At least from the trends that I'm picking up here. I mean, I'm streaming with Wi-Fi anyway. I mean, it's working good enough, so I'm not gonna complain about it, but you know, if the quality drops every now and again, there's not too much I can do about it. Okay, we're really good at this game apparently today. Let's take full advantage of it and try to actually set some new progress. Okay, that's a very unfortunate death, even with start position mode. Why do I call it mode when I'm literally just, you know, playing in the editor? It's not like this crazy new mode. Nah. Is there some invisible block here? Please. Is this a good boss spot? No, it is not a good spot. Actually, let's just do this part because I think that's the optimal spot. No, it is not. Why is this so broken all of a sudden? Do we gotta do the wave part with the start position too? Okay, that's a... I'm really struggling with the start position placements of all things today. Let's just hope that that's good enough. Maybe I'm just generally bad at this wave part here. Which is, you know, really a worrisome sign, because this wave part is really the easier, from the easier side of Michigan. Every time I say Michigan, I feel like I'm talking about the state. Which just makes some sentences kind of funny. Okay, that's a little bit of a relief. Okay, but Craig's part is gonna be the next roadblock that we're gonna struggle with, you know. There's a high chance that I'm gonna fluke everything after Craig and make it all the way to Etzer, but... Well, not a high chance per se, but, you know, it's not out of question, let's put it like that. Considering the stuff that comes after Craig's part isn't of the hardest caliber, it's not the hardest this level has to offer. We're gonna try to get a 42 to a 70 run going here. But if it starts taking too long, I will just move the start position forward. Why does this ship feel so heavy all of a sudden? Is it my hardware, or is something funky happening? Or is it the fact that when you're, you know, saving and playing on the editor, because some people have described that they get less input lag when they play in the editor and, you know, not online. Which is why Trust at one point would do the thing where he copied the level, then he no-clipped the online version once he verified the copy. Which, I mean, he still beat the level, so I don't think there should be a problem with it, but... You know, there are gonna be some, you know, geometry dash purists who have a problem with every form of hacking. Even if the hack is just fixing bugs in the game, they're gonna... No, you're a cheater. And that's really a... I mean, those are the people who will not walk towards the red light in order to save somebody who's about to get run over by a truck. No, the light is red, why are you walking on the road? Oh, that old lady's about to get hit by that car, and I could save her by walking at the red light. But, you know, I'm a stand-up citizen, so I will not do so. And I mean, that who lives without sin shall... I'm really struggling with language. The one who lives without sin shall throw the first rock and all, so I'm not here to judge anyone based on their values. It's just that, you know, I personally like to always encourage questioning things. Like even things that should be, you know... hold on. I'm struggling with the vocabulary as well. You know, things that should be obvious. Because sometimes if you never question the obvious things, it's gonna, you know, start moving slowly. I don't remember the video exactly, but there was this... I don't know what it was about, but there was this part where somebody described a hypothetical situation where some person steps into the classroom, walks up to somebody, and, you know, starts making some basic jokes about them. You know, just like some light making fun, you know, nobody bats an eye. Although the person who is being made fun of seems slightly uncomfortable by the situation, but you know, whatever. And as the weeks progress, the person who made fun of him would, you know, start saying harsher stuff, step by step. And because the evolution is so gradual, nobody's gonna bat an eye about it. Until eventually the person just walks into the classroom and punches the person in the face. And you know, if the person had done that from the very beginning, I feel like someone would have stepped in at that point. But because the evolution was so gradual, nobody was questioning it. And suddenly the punch to the face feels so natural that nobody's questioning it at that point either. Also, that was a massive lag spike that rendered the level in a weird way. 42 to 60. Slowly making it past crack. You know, getting over my addiction here. Okay, it says excellent connection still, which is a massive surprise. Considering my internet connection isn't of the highest caliber, as I have probably mentioned. I'll apologize if my mouth is too close to the microphone. I'm not really, you know, I don't have the resources to pay attention to such effect during a run. Sorry, I'm moving the mic. It's gonna sound very funky. If you like ASMR, then by all means enjoy this, but, you know, in any other case, I am sorry about the occurrence that just took place there. I hope that made things any better. You know, I do have a pop filter, so you shouldn't be hearing too many noises every time I open my mouth, but you know, this microphone wasn't of the most expensive caliber. So if you do... I mean, I'm sorry, I guess. I don't think I have too much to do about it. I mean, this is certainly not like a $10 desk mic by any means, but it's not really like the studio microphone either. I think that's a good enough start position. We're just trying to gain some consistency back in the portion that's supposedly easy. Okay. Immediately made it to Etzer. Let's see how far we can get. Okay, this is turning out to be a great run. What just... I mean, I know what happened, but I was surprised because that's never happened to me before. You know, there's... For those who don't know how Bloodbath works, there's... When you go away from preview mode, these blue blocks here that are invisible when you go to preview mode, they're solid. And you know, this portal transforms the player back into a cube. You know, let me demonstrate. You know, when I press play with the start position, you turn into a wave. So, let's see if I can stop it. No, I can't. Okay, there. The player's a cube before it finally turns into a ship due to this portal here. And what happened there was that I jumped, and that caused me to crash into this gear here. which is something that's never happened to me before, but, you know, whatever. Let's practice gear and start here now that we're... Because I've usually had the reflex of stopping clicking before coming out of that cube portal. Okay, that's a fun little run there. You know, I used to be very bad at G-Boy, but I haven't died in it once during this particular grind here. Let's just go the normal mode. We're not gonna beat this level by just, you know, practicing it to death. We do have to also give it some actual tries here. Okay, why did I stop clicking there? That's a very strange reflex. Making progress 1% at a time. Okay, that's quite the jump from 7%, you know, 7-11. You know, I feel like my already bland humor has dropped in quality from stream to stream. With the occasional edgy jokes here and there. You know, didn't I make a joke about Grandpa in the hospital in the... You know, 2 streams before this one here? Okay, yeah, that's... I really thought I was about to make it past that ship part already. Because it didn't look like I was, you know, making that huge jump to the spikes above at the very end. That's unfortunate. You know, that 11% sure is like a huge little roadblock there. And my nose is very itchy. For no particular reason. To my knowledge, I'm not allergic to anything. It's probably just that I'm, like, dying. You know, nothing too serious. Maybe I am allergic to, like, dust or something and I just don't know it. There could also be mold in this room here, because this house isn't... This house as a whole isn't of the newest variety as well. Now the corner of my eye is itchy. Or both corners of my right eye. I don't know what happened there, I just kind of, you know, trust fell into those spikes there. If you can classify it as falling, since I was upside down. I don't know, I feel like Geometry Dash has completely corrupted my sense of direction with these constant upside down portals. Okay, back here. Damn it. I need some serious practice with that UFO part if I yeah, let's just, you know, let's downgrade with the difficulty a little bit. Heart is starting to beat it once again because, you know, the novelty of getting far into the level It's gonna take a while to get back there because this heartbeat is gonna throw me off. Well, that's certainly not the strat. You know, I probably will start just crying if that happens on normal mode. Maybe I should turn in the ball just in case so I don't get any false muscle memory with, you know, jumping as the cube before the UFO part, because that's not gonna be possible in the normal mode. In the normal mode. Swag. That was too late. Okay, well that's a new death. In any way, shape and form. It's all about just getting the rhythm down, as well as the initial timing. You know, easier said than done, but you know, that's the gist of the strategy here. Why is it so hard to mess that up? Can you go too early besides crashing into that little pillar there? I don't think you can, you know, the only way to go too early is to crash into that pillar. I just popped my freaking chin by moving it. Not in any serious way, just that, you know, that bubbles that pop. You know, the same way you'd crack your fingers or knuckles. Yeah, that's kind of something I'm a little bit afraid of, just losing control in crack completely. Crack, not even once. Yeah, we're doing it again. You know, just to be sure. There are so many individual roadblocks in this whole roadblock that is crack's part. You know, 48 seems to be giving me a lot of problems in specific. You know, 44 and 48. Why do I just like slide down to my doom, untimely doom every time I... There we go. $42 to $89, that's quite the run. Kind of was hoping for a 42 to 100, so that's why I'm not like popping off beyond belief, but you know, that still gives me a little bit of reassurance of the fact that I indeed do possess the capability to beat this level. I'll upload this as an individual clip, you know, as a highlight, if nothing better than that pops up during the stream. You know, I don't want to spam my channel with videos in the same way as I'm spamming my channel with these I was about to say memes, but you know, streams is what I meant to say. It's because they rhyme my brain just randomly. You know, I used to spam my channel with shitty memes as well. hopefully over it now. I will still do the occasional baboop video, but you know, I don't want to risk one of those shitty memes blowing up like bro you just posted cringe did. Because, you know, that may start, you know, giving my channel some subscriptions that particularly aren't like interested in anything else than the shit posts. And then that's gonna create this whole, why did I sub to this guy again? Who is this random let's player in my subscription box? Then they check out and maybe find the bro you just posted cringe video and go, oh, I get it. And then they unsub. I mean, I'm not really losing or gaining anything there, it's just that, you know, I don't want to create this false sense of blowing up per se. You know, if anything, any content of mine blows up, I want it to be something I put actual effort into. Or, you know, effort that actually matters. You know, I did put some effort in, bro. You just posted cringe, you know, the video with like 22k views. But you know what I mean. Don't pretend that you don't. You're not stupid, even though you're like probably like 14 years of age. Actually, why is my chat set to top chat? I do want all the funky stuff to show up as well. Since it's not showing up on screen, so I can just ignore all the people saying offensive stuff. If those exist. Free geometry dash, YouTuber time 99%. I have no idea what that means in this context anyway, but you know, welcome to the stream. Enjoy me crashing into every single spike in the first 11% of this level here. But you know, free geometry dash, where do I sign up? Why am I tapping the Z and X keys on my keyboard? It's not like it's helping, especially since I'm not in practice mode. I get really tense in this section here. Okay, another shot at this. God. And it's the freaking timed jump that... Essentially the triple spike, you know, it's technically a double spike, but you know, it has the spacing of a triple spike, so I'ma call it that. You know, it's just a triple spike in disguise. Sure, 6%. Now we're stuck in this loop of dying at every spike, before 11% once more. I didn't set the game. Let's set the game as geometry dash to make sure that maybe some unfortunate soul just scrolls, you know, based on the game category. I don't think anybody uses YouTube gaming anymore. Okay, please. Gosh, and it's at that stupid freaking triple spike once again. I mean, at least I'm making it to Michigan more than once per year. You know, that's at least some relief. Okay, I've never died there before. I mean, I probably have way back, but... You know, during my current grinds, I have not. Okay. We're getting there, eventually. At some point in time. I would 10, 13, 2 times dx with you. Oh, that's probably like 6 or something like that. You know, that was based on context clues. It's been a while since my last math course for me to even try to decipher that, you know, symbol by symbol. It's funny how I get past the triple spikes on my first start position attempt. It's really funny. No, I'm not bitter at all. You're bitter. You know, I'm really the god of acting in every way, shape, and form. I'm just not willing to commit to my bits. Because it doesn't really matter when I'm playing this level. You know, you're all 12. You thought I was actually crying. Gosh, that UFO part is so out of place. I don't even mind the rest of Michigan, but why did you have to make the UFO part like the hardest thing in the universe? I'm not gonna even try to decipher any of those integrals, especially since they're in text form and not in proper symbols. Does it make some kind of a, you know, graph that's of a specific shape, or... I'm guessing it's 69, just because that's the funny number. 10 to 13 2x, yep, it probably is 69. Hold on, x squared. I don't remember if it was plus or minus. Yeah, it's 169 minus 100. Okay, now I get it. Okay, I just got confirmation for my... I'm sorry, buddy. Bad touch. I will not tolerate sexual harassment from my own viewer base. Also, we have officially broken our like record when it comes to these Bloodbath streams. All we need is to break our dislike record. Since currently our dislike record is 0. Okay, I'm really sucking right now. Like beyond acceptance. Or acceptability for that matter. Oh, the S is supposed to be the integral symbol. Now I get the whole deal. Gosh, freaking... At the wave part of all places, at least like kill me at the evasion or something. Don't kill me at the Michigan wave. No, that's very unfortunate. Darn it, at the very beginning, I'm gonna take another sip of this unspecified liquid. It probably gives me like power and some shit. Oh, dude. That was acting, by the way, I'm not actually tripping right now. You know, I've never tripped in my life, so that probably wasn't even a realistic depiction of being on a trip. Okay, at 5%. You know, that used to be my PB in Bloodbath for the longest time. You know, back when I was a mobile gamer. Then when I got my 60Hz laptop, that's when I first made it to 11. That's where I was stuck for quite a while. Then I got the fun 44 Hertz monitor, and that's when I just started grinding the shit out of this level until eventually making it to 38%. And I got that on video and ended up uploading it. And I think the video's still up on my channel. It's probably old as balls, but you know, it does exist, however. I get very tense in that ball part, because it's just this timing festival. Okay, 11%. You know, nothing new to see here so far. But I do enjoy the rate at which we are making it to Michigan. I thought I was gonna die there. Not even gonna lie about it. I mean, not that I'd have any reason to lie about it. I mean, sure, fuck it, let's lie about it. You know, at no point was I going to die there. You know, there was no chance of me dying there whatsoever. There, are you happy now? I'm making less and less sense every minute. I think the red is just frying my brain stream by stream. This red color that are being flashed to my eyes here. %, that's new. That's also new, I guess. I've never died to that particular spike. You know, we're really innovating here. Dying to new spots in Bloodbath. On almost every attempt. That wasn't a new spot. At least I don't think it was. You know, I don't remember every single spot I've died in Bloodbath. Sure, 7%. Okay, well, we're really innovating here, because I've never died to that particular spike, at least on that specific side. Almost died to not paying attention. You know, this level really has a long intro to it. I mean, back in 1.9 there actually was no method of, you know, putting blocks that far back. I think they used the invisible slope glitch in the editor where they kept rotating the steep slope. Alright, should I say gentle slope instead? No, it depends on how you rotate it anyway. Anyways, I'm talking about like the 45, or not even 45, like the 20-ish degree one. And rotating it in a certain manner would push it essentially out of the bounds of the editor. Then you could just like flip it with any structure you wanted to push stuff back there. Nowadays the meta is to just use move trigger, but back then that was the meta. Some Bloodbath trivia for ya. You know, these streams aren't all about just dying to every possible spike before 11%. These are also about education. Sure, 9%. For a change. Okay, no surprise there, I guess. I mean, I might eventually get consistent enough at that. My hand is starting to grease up. How long have I been in live? 43 minutes, that's almost an entire hour of just this red level here. I'm making sure my mouse or cursor is in a proper position. Okay. You know, I'm open to all these new ways to die in Bloodbath, as long as they're not like on every single one of my good runs. Sure. I just remembered what the thumbnail of this stream was. If I remember to change it, that is. I think it's like funny red level and just colon and a billion Ds after it. The little things that keep me going in life. Really possessing the humor of like the utmost intellect over here at S-G Entertainment Incorporated. I thought there was a new chat message and I turned to look. Shame on me. I really need to pick up the habit of looking between attempts. And not during one. I'm starting to run out of things to say here. This freaking intro to this level is just... You know, what's there to commentate with this game besides, you know, the color red? Red. Black and red. Ooh, more red than black now. Epileptic seizure levels of red flashes. Are you learning yet? Okay, that kind of got me off guard. That little you know, that's gentle ascent to my doom. After the blue portal there. Dude, attempt 90, that's lower than I imagined, I guess. Sure. At least we're making it to Michigan on a relatively consistent basis. That's kind of what I've been saying all stream right now, but like I said, there really aren't too many things to commentate over here. My nose is very itchy. You see my question about the call. Your request to talk to me voice to voice. I did not. For some reason I'm not getting any notifications for them. 3 freaking notifications, dude. Are you like fanboying right now? Dude, you need to settle down. You don't need to settle down, I'm really just teasing you here. Dude, 1% over and over. Okay. Let's straighten my back real quick. Sure, triple spike deaths, we just keep getting them over and over. You know, they're very humiliating every time they do happen. There we go, we at least weren't stupid that time around. Okay. You know, that's only a 2% improvement, but hot damn if my heart isn't beating right now. Oh, we have our hype man in the chat there. Thanks, Elementalic, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the hype you're giving me here. Okay. Let's go back into the level now. It's gonna take some time for our heartbeat to settle here. Answer my call. Are you like Stan from the Eminem song or something? There, I answered your stupid freaking call.
Oh.
Stupid man. Oh,
Plus you're answering.
You're very loud compared to the game, or even probably my voice. Let me go to the volume mixer real quick. There.
What?
I just lowered your volume a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool. I have no idea how much the delay is now, but I think it's fine.
I didn't quite catch some parts. Could you repeat what you were saying?
I was saying that I don't know how much the delay on the stream is.
Oh, from what it seems, it's like 10-ish seconds, I think. Based on your no. If you set your no immediately upon seeing my death, it seems to be like 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
2%. You know, that's quite the accomplishment.
It's about 10 to 15 seconds now.
Okay, what I imagined. It should be set on low latency, but you know, I don't know what's YouTube definition of low.
Vale.
10 hours. 2 to 3 business days of delay.
How much are you going to stream today?
Hopefully around 2 hours. But you know, I could die of a horrible heart attack mid-stream, so that could change my plans a little bit.
Or a bear can attack through window or something. Everything could happen.
Shush for a while. I'm making it far again. God damn it, 43, you freaking stupid cracks, Bart.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention on the stream now. Oh, for fuck's sake. What a place to die.
Let's go.
I fucking hate the start of the triple speed ship.
It's not the start, there are multiple roadblocks on. Turn the audio on the stream if you want to see it specifically. Let me show you. So highlighting this part here is the first roadblock. This is pretty straightforward, you know, I can die here, but it's not as hard as this straight fly here, at least to me.
Yeah, I know.
And then, you know, this final little wiggle section here isn't that hard anymore. It's pretty straightforward all the way up to Etzer from there, but you know, stupid mistakes do happen, so I'm not really expecting to fluke it all the way to Etzer. And then there's Etzer itself, which, you know, is just full of these little fuckery here. Well, this transition is...
You're saying. It's just it's just funny when you're talking and the stream doesn't quite catch.
Yeah. But then
I understand.
You know, more than Etzer, I'm actually most afraid of this little section here. You know, it's not that it's specifically harder than Etzer or anything, it's just that it's way more stressful because it requires some little bit more precision than Etzer. Then, you know, there's this duel here, it's easy to make a stupid mistake here.
Yeah.
Then Cheapo should be pretty...
The part before that is the one that I can't go all the way through.
Are you talking about this wave?
Yeah, I too, but the straight that the flying section before the duel.
Oh, no, yeah, good start position there. Okay, I would have died if I had damage on. Okay, so I was supposed to start position, correct part. Dude, we have 10 playbacks, that's really good. By this point of the stream anyway. And you know, 3 likes is probably the most engagement I've gotten in a live stream.
We have 4 likes at my point of view now.
You know, I think it's just these random Geometry Dash people checking out random streams.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of the strategy I'm relying on, hoping that enough random Geometry Dash people just come and stay.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about streaming on Twitch?
It's that if my channel were to blow up on Twitch, you know, I would get like, I don't know, 1,000 or so followers there. That puts me on the radar. And Twitch has a record of just randomly banning, you know, small streamers, let's put it like that. Just out of nowhere, you know, I could say that the sky is blue and Twitch somehow interprets that to be offensive, and I suddenly get banned for transphobia or something, despite not even saying anything about transgenderism or anything of that notion to begin with. So that's why I don't want to risk it. So I'd probably get more like, you know, aimless people just randomly checking out game categories if I did stream on Twitch, but I just don't want to risk a random ban out of nowhere. So I mean, YouTube too has a record of randomly banning people, but you know, at least my odds of making it are just a little bit higher on YouTube than on Twitch.
Yeah, I thought about that Twitch because the big streamers do raids, and if you manage to stream on the same time, that's the same time as like an Pesta or Trusta or something.
Yeah, that's also the benefit, but I just really don't wanna risk anything.
Yeah. But you got nothing to lose because you have your YouTube channel.
Yeah. But you know, there is the chance that, you know, I get a lot of followers on Twitch and, you know, no engagement on YouTube, which kind of like makes it go to waste if I do get banned. You know, unless I somehow manage to, like, you know, I get banned from Twitch, then I go on like Twitter and go, follow and subscribe to me on YouTube. That's where I'll continue streaming. You know, some of the audience may carry over, but it's just this whole jungle of clusterfuckery that I really could live without. I mean, I may consider it at some point, but right now I have no idea of, or no plans to stream on Twitch. But I do have an account there, so I pretty much could probably easily change my mind if I so desired.
Yeah. Look at it in Michigan.
27. Died at the straight fly, of all places to die on Michigan.
Yeah. it's funny how it can be remembered how many clicks and in which pace you have to click, and you can by that recognize where you are at the level. It's funny.
Okay, 17. I mean, I've been... You know, it's easy to focus on the negative of, oh my god, stop dying there! But you know, this is the most consistent I've ever been on this level. I've made it to crack twice in one stream, and that's not something to just, you know, gloss over.
Nice.
Even the fact that I've made it to evasion is already grand, but the crack. No, I've never tried crack, but I'm considering it after this. After this progress I'm making here. You're just like going with everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
I could start talking about like flying pink elephants and you would just go, yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
How long have you been playing this game, by the way?
In general, or like this one session?
General.
I played, the first time I ever played it was on a friend's phone at school in like 2014. I think it was like the, autumn or fall, depending on where you live. Fall of 2014 was the first time. Or was it even 13? Can you check the release date of the game real quick?
Yeah. Hang on a sec. It was released on August 2013. So
Okay,
it's probably 2014.
Okay, so it technically could have been 2013, but can you check when Light was released?
Give me this light. Let's
Yeah.
see. The fuck?
Oh, freaking K then.
15.9.2013.
Okay, so it was pretty quickly after the full game. I mean, I played it the first time when, Theory of Everything was the newest level. So before the release date of 1.6.
Yeah, I think it's January in 2014, I think, or little after that or before.
And then it pretty much just consisted of me going to my friend's house to play. Playing on their iPad, and I actually ended up beating Globstep on my friend's iPad for the first time.
Way.
Then I got my own phone in like 20... Hold on, it must have been 2013 or early 2014 because, I got my first touchscreen device in the fall of 2014, so that's when I started playing it on my own phone.
Only in 2014?
Yeah, it was...
I had my first touchscreen phone in 2010.
I mean, my brother got his first phone, period, in 2015, when he was 15 years old, so it's not really that big of a shocker. I mean, I was 12 when I got my phone.
Yeah. I understand. But yeah, the first time I tried the full version was when it was 1.8. Like,
okay, so that's still...
Hexagon Force
yeah.
was the last level.
I mean, that's still relatively early, because 1.9 and 2.0 were the updates when the game really blew up.
It was I think it was in 1.8 when it blew up. It doesn't matter.
1.9 was the, the update when most stuff happened. Cataclysm got released and Bloodbath got verified and Sonic Wave got made and stuff like that.
Of course I knew.
Yeah.
The custom songs were added in 1.9.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Hopefully we get the 2.2 soon.
I'm hoping we just get it, period. Also, that's the second time I've died to that ball transition there. That's really humiliating. You know, I should stop doing that.
But yeah, have you seen the sneak peek?
Yeah. I mean, there was really... It didn't really consist of anything absolutely mind-blowing per se, because, you know, we've seen the camera controls, we've seen a picture of the new game mode and everything.
Yeah, but did you
So
see?
it was... I mean, it was just relieving to know that at least he's still, you know, making it. And, you know, the new blocks weren't really like... I mean, they were pixelated, which is a change, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, my mind wasn't blown the same way as it would have been if the sneak peek came out in, like, even just 2020.
Yeah.
If it was released in, like, 2018, I would have, like, screamed like a soy Wojak.
But yeah, I think that Robert Topala could hire a development team.
I mean, in Cullen's video of talking to Raptap, it was established that the whole thing was this whole string of expectations. You know, Raptap realized that the more time he takes to develop the update, the more expectations people will have, and that in turn caused him to add just more stuff in before finishing the old stuff, which made the update bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know, for now I'm just really hoping that he, you know, maybe discard some of the more useless features, finishes the ones that he's added so far, you know, maybe pushes some of them to the next update and just, you know, releases it, because some people will be disappointed regardless of what it is. You know, if he had taken, you know, just 1 month to release it after 2.1, people still would have found a way to complain about it, you know. And we all know that all the camera controls and just all the crazy shenanigans that 2.2 is bringing, the update is gonna be very buggy. You know, 2.21 is gonna take its own set of months to release as well.
Yeah. But I don't understand why it does take him so long.
Well, he's working on it on its own, and you know, some of these things, even just the, you know, the mechanic of slopes are really hard to implement to a platformer. So I can only try and imagine how hard something like camera controls are to implement to a game like this, where, you know, the progress bar is, and sync with the music and all that are important.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't like a, you know, side-scrolling, you know, control your character from left to right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And, you know, this doesn't classify as a rhythm game, but it's got a lot of rhythm game elements to it. So, you know, ensuring that the sync doesn't, you know, alter based on the player's actions is something that's gonna be really hard to implement with all the direction changes and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really that he's
appreciate that Robtop really appreciates the community and tries to do his best to make sure that the community is pleased.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that at the end of the day, he doesn't really owe us anything at this point. You know, it's a $4 game. The game is complete, essentially, in its current state. You know, if you buy the game and don't enjoy it, you can probably get a refund for it if you haven't played it for like 100 hours at the time of refund. But, you know, if you already have put like 100 hours into the game, you've been like Bloodbath and stuff, you know, do you really have a right to complain? I feel like you've probably, regardless of your age, you've probably made that $4 back by then.
Yeah. And you know what I was... yeah. Oh my god, blackout. As I was saying that, the community really doesn't need RobTop anymore. Because the community has developed to the state where they can build their own games inside the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that the game is very buggy, so if Wrapped Up Where did now step down, the bugs would have to be fixed through, you know, outside softwares like Mega Hack, for example.
Mm.
You know, softwares like Mega Hack that only work to fix bugs and stuff like that. Then people would probably begin the wave of people who mod their own game modes into the game and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, at that point, you would just need private servers because, some levels wouldn't work without the mods at that point. Not to mention that, I mean, Robtop has the power to just completely turn off the servers, meaning that the game would have to function on private servers. If Robtop, like, completely just, locked out from the internet altogether.
Yeah, Robert has so much money, so he could actually hire development team. So
he also has
he
all the
has
money to
to come
retire.
out faster. Huh?
I mean, he also has the money to retire, I feel like, the servers probably cost a lot of money, but I feel like he's also making a lot of money. And, unless the game just, if it gets to the point where, the purchases and ad revenue Robtop is making don't pay for the servers anymore, it would make sense to just unblock them at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what the updates, because with every major update, there's always been a wave of new players, and with the wave of new players, there's a wave of more money.
Yes.
So it's, if Robtop was all about profit, then he would probably just shit out new updates every 2 months or so.
Yeah.
He would probably also flood this game with microtransactions, but that's beside the point. Pay $50 to unlock this icon.
Oh yeah, EA way the two things.
I mean, even then, it's just like, it's pretty much just a skin. If it's something like, hey, having trouble beating Clubstep? You can pay your way to victory. That's when I start having that's when I start having actual problems with microtransactions. When they give unfair advantages to people who have the money to pay.
Yeah.
But if it's like something like, a skin, essentially just, the ability to flex and nothing else, then, by all means, do what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, it's like, it's morally questionable if it's a game that's generally marketed towards children, kinda like Geometry Dash in a way is. So that would be the only thing I'd question if Robtop added something like icons that are only unlockable with microtransactions.
Yeah.
Because the children would steal their parents' credit cards just to get these icons.
But yeah, I read about at some point about that the EU is trying to get in the process to ban microtransactions in the EU.
Well, I don't know about that either, because, I mean, depends on the game, really. But, does that include things like DLC, for example? I mean, the problem with DLC is also that, there's this new trend of AAA titles being unfinished and DLC having the missing parts to the game. So it really just seems like an excuse at this point. I mean, are you aware of the Kingdom Hearts series?
I know about them, but I haven't played it.
Okay, so there are a lot of, spin-off, well, not really spin-off titles because they are plot relevant, but, it's like there's the official trilogy, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, and then there are some side titles. And essentially with the 1 and 2, there was this Japan exclusive release of it called Kingdom Hearts Final Mix that was separate from the original game. It was essentially this game with more bonus content. So that was like DLC before DLC. in PlayStation 2 era. And now, you know, that when 3 got released for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you know, that how are they gonna do the final mixing now? Well, not through this release of separate game anymore, because that's not needed. Now they're doing it, now they're taking the DLC route. And the question at this point is that, you know, if you're gonna release this separate title with more bonus content, what was stopping you from just adding that bonus content to the base game besides, you know, the desire to make more money?
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, you don't owe anyone anything. I have the right to, you know, make the most simple 2-bit game that's just black and white and sell it for like $1,000 a copy. You know, in the same way as I am allowed to do that, people are allowed to make the decision whether they want to buy that or not. The problem starts arising if I, you know, advertise the $1,000 game as something it's not. And that's where, you know, the unfinished game with DLC, including the parts that were excluded, gets into play. And that was also the problem people have with EA. You know, when you buy a game, you assume it's, you know, you have all the content in it, but most of the content in Battlefront 2, for example, is apparently locked behind a paywall. And, you know, that's false marketing. Because when I pay $50 for a game, I'm also expecting that I'm getting the full game. I mean, I'm not a fan of games of Battlefront style to begin with, so I wouldn't have bought it regardless, but I'm empathizing with the people who did, expecting the full experience being included in those $50. But I mean, it's really just like, if you're a game developer, use your head. That's the best advice I can really give.
That's why I like games like Clash of Clans, which makes you... Oh my god, I can't speak English. But yeah, Clash of Clans is a perfect example of a game where what is free, and you can advance really high, even though you don't pay anything. But yeah.
But does paying, you know, can you give yourself an advantage by paying?
There are just resources you can buy that would make your way easier to climb up to the top, but there's also this like pass thing, you know, from the various games. Passing, you pay like €5 and then you get to get better rewards from playing the game and achieving goals.
I mean, I've heard rumors of the Clash series of games, you know, Clash Royale, for example, having some microtransactions that actually help you get better results in the game, which essentially is the definition of pay to win.
Yeah, but actually, I'm pretty high, even though I haven't paid a single cent to the game.
I mean, yeah, I had like 500 diamonds in Piano Tiles 2 without paying anything. You know, some people accuse me of using money because I had so many diamonds.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's possible, but, you know, I would have gone there way faster if I had just paid. And that's kind of the problem there, where, you know, what's the point of me grinding my ass if I can just... If somebody can get the same results as me in, you know, 100 times less time by just being rich. And that's why I kind of appreciate Geometry Dash, where the only way to get an unfair advantage is through cheating, and community is pretty quick to catch you in the act. And, you know, even if you could, you know, pay your way to have a 100% in a level, nobody's gonna actually appreciate the... If you just post a screenshot of you having 100%, people are gonna be like, you probably paid for it.
Yeah.
So you'll still have to submit videos of you beating the levels, actually.
if I'm being honest with you, I have had the illegal version of Geometry Dash on my phone for years.
I mean, yeah, because even when I was 12 and got my first phone, I didn't have any way of paying until I found out about pay safeguards. That's when I actually just bought the game, but
Yeah,
or
I still have
not with
the legal
PaySafe. I bought
version
up.
on my phone, but I bought the real game on Steam on my computer.
I mean, yeah, back when I had my first, when I got my laptop in 2015, I didn't actually have any ways of buying any games on Steam until I got a Steam gift card for my birthday. That's when I bought
Yeah.
Geometry Dash, but before that I downloaded it illegally online.
Yeah.
And shame on me, I guess, but I was like 12, so I'm just gonna excuse it that way.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for 2.2 to come up so I could save my statistics, so I could delete the illegal version and then buy the real version from Play.
I mean,
Play Store.
you could still do it with, no additional results per se, but at least you'd have the legal game by then.
Huh?
I mean,
What did you say?
I mean, you could still do it right now, just say backing up your data to the cloud and paying for the game,
But the problem is it doesn't allow me to do that.
I mean, yeah, the App Store assumes that you have the game installed. But, I mean, even that is bypassable by... if the phone doesn't detect the app installed anymore, you can then probably actually buy it separately. Just make sure to back up your data first.
Yeah, the problem is that I can't back up my data to the cloud because it says backup failed, please try again later every time I do that.
Do you have copies of levels in your how many of them? Like, can you count them? Or is there...
Over 100.
Yeah, that's probably clogging up your... There's this bug that prevents you from saving to cloud if you have too many copies of levels.
Oh.
So just...
I didn't know about that.
It could also be your internet, but the first thing I try is deleting all the unnecessary copies.
Yeah, I'll do that next time I get to the game.
Yeah, that could probably help.
Yeah. There's
And I
something
mean...
wrong with my internet.
And
as you can see.
And I'm not one of those people that are like telling people what to do and what not. There are some instances where some actions are bad enough for me to start avoiding somebody, but pirating Geometry Dash is something that doesn't really affect me personally, which is why I'm not gonna get on a high horse about somebody who pirated the game, or any game for that matter. It's just that it's something I personally wanna avoid doing, because I do wanna support indie developers, even if it's just like paying a one-time payment of $4.
Yeah.
I mean, my $4 is probably lost in the pile of Robtop's money already. I probably didn't save Robtop from poverty from buying, like single-handedly save him from poverty by paying for Geometry Dash. But I mean, it's the notion that really counts.
Yeah.
And things do add up. If literally every single Geometry Dash player pirated the game, that's when it would actually start, making some serious dents.
Mm.
I mean, I'd probably be pissed too if, like, I found out that... I mean, for example, that, uploading YouTube content and not getting any views, then finding somebody who's re-uploading my content and getting like 1 million views a video, thinking that it's my channel when it's not. That's pretty much the equivalent of finding
Yeah.
out that everyone who's played your game has pirated it.
Yeah, I understand. By the way, did you know that you can find the address of RobTop on Google Play when you go to the game info section?
I mean, yeah, it gives the address of the, you know, the company every time you check it, because,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's his actual address in which he lives. It could just be some, like, you know, I don't think RobTop lives in a studio apartment, at least anymore. You know, I'm not assuming that he has, like, a giant mansion per se, but, you know, he...
I actually checked the address at some point from Google Maps, and it points out to a school.
Yeah, he probably just, like, either put a random address to it or... something like that. Because I feel like the
But why school? Except if he works at the school, maybe he's a teacher or an IT guy.
I mean, that's kind of seems a little far-fetched to me. I don't think he really needs the extra cash from being a teacher.
Yeah. I don't know how many have bought the game on Steam, but at least in Google Play, 5 million. So yeah, he
I
has
mean-
at least.
I mean, he
10
has
million
the
euros.
I mean, he's probably used up some of that, but, you know... I mean, is there some kind of a statistic of how many people are downloading the game in, like, every hour, for example?
I just love that the RobTop actually paying to some of the composers to do music to the game.
I mean, yeah, it's probably... He's either trying to generate hype or, you know, he just doesn't find anything that fits his vision, so that's why he wants, like, commission songs.
Mm.
I mean, RobTop also has the ability to... I think it's like a mixture of wanting essentially customized songs while also supporting indie artists.
Yeah.
How long do you think this will take to beat? I'm hoping that I can get it done in a week, but, you know, that could be wishful thinking. It's really... I mean, I have a run of 42 to 89, which should imply that I have the capability of getting really far in this level, but, you know, if I play 2 hours almost every day, I hoping that I could get it done in a week or two, but, you know, there's really no telling besides that.
Never knows.
Ooh, a week, that's quite ambitious. I mean, I am pretty consistent at this. You know, despite dying at 2% over and over. Ooh, I'm looking... I've made it to Michigan quite a few times this stream, actually. You know, surprisingly many times. I've never made it to Michigan as often as I have during this stream here. So my consistency is really growing stream by stream, which should hopefully imply that I'm getting closer and closer to beating this. But, you know, it's... To me, it's not really about how long it will take, it's just about, you know, eventually getting there. You know, I don't care if this takes me, you know, 10,000 or 10 million attempts, as long as I just eventually get it done. And, you know, I'm having fun here, you know, just sort of talking to myself. I mean, right now I'm not talking to myself. This is elementally on the other side of the Discord call here, but generally talking to myself while clicking away.
Yeah. I'm not actually real.
Oh gosh darn it, another friend lost to my psychosis.
Yeah.
All about diligence, man. I actually have no idea what diligence translates to in my language. I'm assuming it has something to do with determination or something like that,
I can check.
But I mean, if you're implying that all about determination, that's pretty much it. Just throwing shit at a wall until it eventually sticks. I haven't made it to Michigan for a while now.
Diligence means in Finnish huolellisuus
Okay.
or ahkeruus.
Okay, it's essentially determination.
Yeah.
A little different, but close. Essentially just all about putting in the work.
Yeah.
And you know, this level can be considered quite the jump, considering my hardest demon at the moment is Ice Carbon Diablo X. But you know, I beat Ice Carbon Diablo X in 2 days of just straight grinding, so... Bloodbath should be something that I am at least capable of beating in general. It's not like I have to grind this for like 3 years straight.
Yeah. I believe in you.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna take another sip of this unspecified liquid.
Huh?
Do not ask about the unspecified liquid. You know, I don't have any chat rules as of now, but if I'm gonna add some... It's gonna be, do not ask about the unspecified liquid. You know, you can...
Is it Koskenkorva?
You can verbally abuse anyone in my chat, but if you mention the unspecified liquid, you're getting banned immediately. I mean, yeah, it pretty much is, but I had 79 from way before, so I pretty much had the consistency. It was all about just, you know, going through with the grind, so to say. Like, it didn't take me 2 days overall. I've been putting in attempts since, like, 2015 or something, but... You know, that 2 days is how long it took as when I, for the final time, decided that, you know what, I'm just gonna beat this. If you know what I mean. Noon, is that how you... I don't know how you pronounce your name. It's very, very obscure when compared to the names I'm used to reading.
I had hard time with Deadlock back in the days.
I mean, yeah, it is
the first time I did it, it took me about 10,000 attempts.
Well, Deadlock is quite the jump from Theory of Everything 2, for example.
Yeah.
It's certainly the hardest official level by a long shot, in my opinion at least. Some people think that Theory of Everything 2 is harder, but I think the addition of the 3 times wave is really cruel for 60Hz players.
Yeah, yeah, for the scale that
Just say
I can
no.
now
Got it.
beat the club-step in 1 attempt and Theory of Everything 2 in under 5 attempts, but I can't do either of I can't do that in Untitled.
My determination is quite trash. I mean, I'd say pretty much the same, I guess. It really depends on the level I'm going, because, you know, Bloodbath may be from the higher end of the things I could potentially do. So, Deadlock 3 coins took 1 year. Are you talking to Elementalic? Or to you, about yourself, not to you?
Yeah, the Deadlock took me about 1 to 2 years.
I beat it with an app. I beat it the same day 2.0 came out.
Lucky for you.
Oh, it's not about skill anymore, ha. I mean, I've never really considered myself like a... I mean, I've considered myself a good player, I guess, but I haven't considered myself like a top player, let's put it like that. You know, even today, Bloodbath isn't in the top 150 anymore. Probably not even close by now.
Yeah,
I mean, this...
is with the Deadlock is that wave sections. They kind of piss me off every time. And then the last ship, that's annoying. And the transition between the wave and the ship.
I mean, the dual wave was the biggest roadblock when I was first going for Deadlock. And
Yeah.
Null here is on mobile, so, you know, that's kind of a roadblock of its own too. You know, there are some specific phones that, you know, work better than others, that are smoother than others, but, you know, I had Samsung Galaxy Ace 4 when I played on mobile, so that was really from the smoother side, definitely. But I couldn't beat Deadlocked on that. I actually beat it on my 60Hz laptop using the up arrow, which is better than a phone, I'd say. Even that is better than a phone.
You might surprise that my contemporary phone is OnePlus Nord, which has a 90 Hz refresh rate.
I think that the refresh rates of, or hold on, what is, I don't know what the, I'm really blacking out right now. So, you know, I think that more than 60 Hz phones tend to be really buggy with geometry dash from what I've heard. You know, half the time the additional FPS don't even work. Sadly, Bloodbath had dropped a lot on the list.
Sometimes it may bug, but I haven't had any problems. And you might surprise that my phone can play Bloodlust with full detail.
That's pretty impressive for a phone, actually.
Yeah.
Bloodbath had dropped a lot on the list. Yeah, you know, it used to be #1 for like half a year at least, or maybe even a year. But you know,
1.5 years.
it remained unbeaten for like half a year until that one Surf had like a race with, I don't remember exactly who. And I think Surf was the first or second victor of Bloodbath back in 2.0. And you know, there's no other demon that, you know, or no other player that was that much ahead the entire community in the same way as Riot was in early 2.0. You know, nobody could rival him back then. Even Cyclic got or confessed to hacking, so even he may have not been the proper rival. I used the Samsung J5 for a while and just switched to A10. You know, I've had both of those phones, and you know, both of them are way laggier with geometry dash than, or input laggier with geometry dash than my Ace 4 was, which is very strange to me. You know, now I have a OnePlus, and even that is very laggy with geometry dash, or input laggy, I should say. You know, I had trouble beating like press start in geometry dash sub-zero on my OnePlus. Or trouble and trouble, it took me more than one attempt, let's put it like that. At least Riot didn't die at 98 like Noble Boy on Bloodlust. Yeah, I mean, even Riot did have quite a late death at like 93 or something like that.
91. But it was the...
I mean, he ended up nerfing the ball timing.
That certain part was nerfed after that.
Yeah, I've noticed it from the replays. But I mean, even just late deaths, you know, they're pretty much all about luck, you know. When I beat Ice Carbon Diablo Wax, I managed to not die at the very final ship part, which was quite lucky for me, but I'm not really putting it past me to not die at Chibo, or even at the final triple spike. It's like, I need to mentally prepare for it.
Did you know that the Silent Club was verified legitimately and was rated?
I mean, yeah, I think that happened a while back, actually. You know, Silent Club is not a level I've even really paid that much attention to. Silent Club Step, on the other hand, is like...
Yeah.
The first ship part of it.
Silent Club is above Bloodlust.
Is it? Where is Bloodlust on the list anyway? Is it even in the top?
Bloodlust is on the list at 22.
22? Not even close to the top 10. How is this community just like, you know, going ultra instinct with these levels they're beating? You know, Zodiac, it's not even number 1 and it took me 1600 attempts to do a practice run of it.
Let's see. Zodiac is at 5 now.
Yeah.
First is Starters, then
Yeah.
comes Sonic Fate Infinity, then
But-
True Fate, and then the Golden.
But yeah, you know, like, Zodiac is 3 minutes long. Tartarus is 90 seconds. So it's essentially like, in half the time, it manages to be more difficult than Zodiac.
Yeah.
And Zodiac is like really strict all the way through. It's like you have to have your eyes glued to the monitor in order to beat Zodiac.
Yeah. But the thing is with the Zodiac is that it doesn't have that much of that difficult section than Tartarus. But yeah, it's just longer. And that's why it makes it so difficult.
I mean, yeah, it's a consistency challenge for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get past the first, or I shouldn't say first cube part, because the game had changed rapidly in that level, but you know, I can make it to like 5% on a pretty consistent basis on Zodiac. But you know, that's it. Do you think Cyclic actually hacked, or do you think he just wanted to leave the GD community? I don't think he verified Sonic Wave legitimately, for the very least. You know, as for if he hacked everything or not, you know, there's really no telling. I do believe that even if he did hack literally all of his accomplishment, I think he still, you know, at least possessed the theoretical skill to beat most of the levels he faked, you know, something like
Excuse me, who are we talking about?
Cyclic.
Ah, Cyclic, yeah.
You know, even if he
Right.
hacked it, I think he has had the ability to beat Cataclysm legitimately.
Yeah.
But you know, there's really no telling at this point.
Mm.
Has Cyclic even been active at all after the final confession he did?
It hasn't been active for a long time.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared.
It's funny how that I've been playing, or we have been playing for over 7 years, and we have gone through all the controversy and some of the legends that have come and gone. Can you believe that?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like... My online friend Ben asked me that, how have I played this game for so long without, you know, being noticed by, you know, that large of a population? And, you know, it's really just that I haven't really done anything that remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I did beat Bloodbath, that wouldn't, like, alone put me on the radar. Maybe if, you know, enough people think that I'm entertaining or something like that, I may blow up, but, you know, Bloodbath is not my ticket to happiness here. But I mean, I'll try my best to get, you know, better at this game at a steady level.
Mm.
I'm wanting to eventually beat Yatakarasu, but you know, that's in the future, certainly not a now thing to happen. 9% once more. 323, how much time has passed already? I've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes.
I remember some creators like Triaxis and Edzer, but they're both gone for over 3 years now.
I mean, Edzer disappeared due to the Team Fortress 2 controversy. And
Yeah,
you know,
the
the Triaxis drama was really sad.
Yeah.
No one even knows where she has gone now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm simply hoping that she's okay.
Mm.
The effort that you need to put in to get popular is like extremely hard. Like you would have to be VCC or something to get popular. I mean, pretty much you know, it's also luck. You know, if I was like, if this title of the stream was like Zodiac, and in brackets 44% go at I don't know 20 something.
Mm.
I
The problem is that it's not enough to beat a very hard level. It must also be a level that is on the top at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Skallo got big by just beating Yatakarasu despite not being the verifier of it. But because he beat
Yeah.
it at an early stage, you know, he was one of the first victors. And also kind of out of nowhere, that of course generates traction.
Yeah. Do you know this Finnish player called Mercu?
No.
Mercu.
Doesn't
Miro.
ring any bells.
Okay. Maybe he's one of the most famous Finnish streamers if we exclude Sobros and those guys.
Yeah. Triaxis is cool. I mean, yeah, her levels were... I mean, depends on the level. Things like Wisteria and X were really, really freaking... Even if you don't think they were revolutionary, you could at least have to agree that they were really good levels. Unity is probably my favorite project of Triaxis altogether. They collab with Funny Game.
Yeah, I know. I just trying to get to my mind of all those creators that have left the game, or we haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Two comes to my mind. Yusam at 18 and Mindset.
That's such a stupid death, dude. 8%. Are you kidding me? Okay, I feel a sneeze coming through slowly, but surely.
I have no idea what happened to Mindset. He just disappeared, and we haven't heard anything about him. Are you just trying to concentrate now?
Nah, it's just that, you know, eventually there comes a time when you run out of things to say about the first 2 seconds of Bloodbath. You know, it's red.
Yeah.
With the occasional shade of black every here and there.
But you didn't answer to me when I talk about disappeared creators.
It's just the fact that I really don't have too many comments about the disappearing people, because there was a period when I wasn't playing for the longest time. You know, the period between my Windy Landscape video and Ice Carbon Diablo X video is pretty much when I didn't play at all. So I don't know about anything that's happened between those two. And you know, even now I'm not following too many Geometry Dash creators, so I don't know anything about the wider community. You know, VSC, that appeared in my... That verification appeared in my recommended, but I don't know anything about the level itself. I'm assuming it's probably quite hard. And you know, Silent Circles is apparently in the process of being legitimately verified too, which is insane to say the least.
Yeah. But thing is, Mindset has been gone for further than the space between your biggest landscape and those things you just said.
I don't remember that much about Mindset, unfortunately. I mean, I recognize the name and whatnot, but I mean, there pretty much at no point there were too many people I've like religiously followed per se.
Yeah.
I mean, even Novel Boy hasn't uploaded anything on YouTube for
Yeah,
a while now.
yeah. But as but what I know is that he's concentrating on college now. So
Yeah, makes sense.
he might be back when he's finishes with it. School is also a reason why I haven't done anything with Marco.
Well,
At
yeah,
any
I'm
point at all.
right now I'm done with high school, so I pretty much have all the time in the world. Well, not quite all the time in the world, but quite a lot of time to play here.
Mm. It's not a problem that I could play in summer breaks too, but I also lose my my motivation to build something.
And yeah, since your hardware isn't like up to date, it's also hard to progress with the game too, in terms of like beating levels.
Mm. That's not a problem. I find that but building is something that you just need hours of time.
I mean,
But
why don't
then
you? You could like probably, upload like I used to, just pick some random easy and medium demons that you just upload to your channel. That could.
I wasn't talking about my YouTube career. I was talking about building levels in a game.
But I mean, yeah, but just like generally getting yourself on the GD radar.
Yeah, but I'm not, at the point I'm not trying to get to the top in YouTube career career because yeah, I'm not quite interested into that.
Yeah, that's
anymore.
understandable. God, I haven't made any progress in like the longest time.
Well, hopefully soon.
Also, I should probably update the title from 44 to 46%, that massive
Yeah.
change.
What do you think you'll do after Bloodbath?
Die for my life is complete.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, there are some levels that I could go for after it. I theoretically could just jump straight from Bloodbath to Yata if I really felt like it, but that may be too big of a jump.
You have beaten Cataclysm, have you?
I don't like Cataclysm.
But have you beaten it?
No.
No.
No, because I don't like it.
You have to beat it before Bloodbath. The
What?
Apocalyptic Trilogy.
I don't care about Apocalyptic Trilogy, Maybe I will go for like old Cataclysm at some point, but the new one just blows balls in every way.
Oh, I see.
I don't like the way they buffed the hardest sections of Cataclysm.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna go for Aftermath either. Probably.
Well, fuck you.
So the notion of this Apocalyptic Trilogy really doesn't just appeal to me at all.
Mm.
I'd rather yank all the hairs out of my scrotum.
But yeah, I could theoretically beat Cataclysm on my phone.
Then do it!
It.
Nah, it's pretty hard to do on mobile.
Yeah, but some people have done it. And
Yeah,
even
I mean, yeah, but it's like the equivalent of, running a marathon with like your legs tied or something like that. Why would you add these additional setbacks to yourself?
Hang on. Second. Yeah, this Dashi guy played Sonic Wave on mobile.
Sonic Wave on mobile.
Yeah.
What is this community doing at this point? I'm here
But yeah,
trying to beat Bloodbath on like...
well, he had an 120 hertz for freshman rate
But even
on
then,
his
just
phone.
mobile controls.
Huh?
But even just then, mobile controls, dude.
Yeah.
I'm... Just for the sake of some new scenery we're going on superposition mode.
And he's currently trying to beat Kenos.
At that point, just buy a freaking PC, dude. It's not all about being the best mobile player. I mean, they can do whatever they want. It's not up to me anyway, but...
Yeah.
I mean, good for them, I guess. It's just that...
But I think, what I remember correctly, I got 60 to 100 on Cataclysm back at some point.
Well, I mean, I then believe that you may have it in you to... You know what, just fully beat it. If you just keep grinding it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have the resources to record it, I
Yeah.
think you should. Just like title it Cataclysm on mobile, colon O shocked emoji. Then a thumbnail with a bunch of red circles.
Yeah. What I was trying to say. Yeah, I have passed the first wave in Cataclysm.
I've been stuck in the slow ship transition for quite a while now. I just don't like how the difficulty spikes. I mean, after Bloodbath, I may even consider going for Cataclysm, but you know, that's... No, I'm not gonna make any concrete promises here because, you know, I would rather live in the moment of now. And in the moment of now, I am playing Bloodbath and not Cataclysm.
Yeah. But the slow ship section is actually not that typically difficult, in my opinion. On its own. But when playing through the level.
I mean, it's one of the bigger roadblocks of the level. I think the hardest section is definitely just the second to last ship part. The very slow one. The one with all the demon faces. The ship part that I'm stuck at is the one at like 40 something %. I'm doing some little fuckery here. Just scrolled the screen a little bit with my browser.
But yeah, that triple speed section you're practicing now, stream, is one that I could I have almost passed all the way through at some point.
I mean, that's also quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, I guess I died at that when the speed climbs up slowly. Yeah, where there's one time speed and 2 times speed and
Yeah,
3 times speed continuously.
That's one of the more gruel straight life portions of the level, regardless.
I somehow managed to get past the first 2 tight speed.
I don't think the one at
first 2
46 is that hard per se. I mean, I died there on normal mode, but that was mainly due to stress. But I think that one before the 46 one is definitely harder out of the two.
Mm. But yeah, Geometry is a great adrenaline pump.
Sure
Especially
gets
when
a
you
heart
fall.
pumping. Also,
Huh?
why am I sucking at the UFO? The UFO's like auto.
Mm.
The UFO's like auto. Why am I dying at it?
Yeah, that UFO section is quite easy. When you compare it to the other parts of the level.
Stupid freaking ball cheater click section.
No, yeah, that etcher. For the fuck's sake, why that has to exist?
The funky section. Okay, sure.
Oh, you got far in the etcher.
I've gone past it with the start position in 42 actually. I've gone a 42 to 89.
Let's
Which...
get this motherfucking thing done.
What?
Let's get this motherfucking thing done.
I didn't get the last part, the last two words.
Let's get this motherfucker fucking thing done.
The thing done. Yeah, I kind of took some of the punch away there.
Yeah, I think you heard ding dong.
Ding ding dong. Okay, sure, yeah, just die at the first spike at the entire level. Why am I not getting any progress?
Oh. Let's get back to 2014 or 15. I was hyped for the ultimate phase back in the days.
I mean, sure, there's the whole thing with nostalgia and all that, but I think it's, you know, the best way to deal with nostalgia, in my opinion, is to really try to pinpoint, you know, what is the thing that's causing the emotion in and of itself, you know. What do you think that you're missing now that you had back then? And then look through the steps of trying to recreate the emotion.
Yeah.
Or not the emotion, but the specific thing. You know, with Geometry Dash, it's like, you know, the sense of community and whatnot, but the community does still exist, and you know, things are still going on, which is why I've kind of gotten the motivation back to just, you know, play the game again, and that's why I'm currently going for Bloodbath live as well. 22, are you freaking kidding me? The last hazard of the entire ball.
Why? Yeah, why?
How long have I been live now? I'm check after this death. 2 hours and 4 minutes. I'm thinking of ending the stream soon-ish. I have no specific moment in which I wanna do it, but just that.
What you're doing after this?
I mean, one attempt is gonna take very little time.
Yeah,
But
what
you
you're
know.
doing after this stream?
I don't really know that much, really. Probably like creating off camera or something like that. It's just that I don't think I should play this level for like 7 hours straight in one day. Because that's not healthy. I may even go for a walk, because, you know, sitting for this many hours isn't also good for your health.
Yeah. Not that I sit all the day, all along.
Okay, sure. The second to last bike of the entire section.
Just why?
But I mean, I didn't expect to get any viewers streaming at this hour, because, you know, all the Americans are sleeping probably still. It's like 7 a.m. there now. But, you know, there are still some, like, international people who are... And I guess the European audience is coming out now, if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are probably still at school as well, so this really was probably the worst time to stream, you know. Only really the Asian portion of the world is really in my potential audience right now.
Yeah.
So pretty much like 7 p.m. is probably the best time for me to stream, where I would like maximize the odds of getting any viewership in any part of the world, or every part of the world, let's put it like that. You know, besides the Australian and Asian demographic.
But yeah. What do you think about allegiance?
Like the concept of a legend or allegiance.
I mean allegiance.
Is that a level that I don't remember?
Allegiance.
What is this freaking word?
Allegiance by Necroplace. The freaking level with the FNAF 4 song.
Oh, is this the Revenant prequel?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those ridiculously difficult levels. Oh, there, I got some orbs for doing that.
I actually grinded out that to be the pre-drop of the level.
I mean, that's something. I mean, I grinded the crap out of Zodiac for no reason and got like 7 or something %. I mean, I can check soon. Okay, straight lie. So, Zodiac. Yes, that is how you type. Dude, 8 and not 7%. That's quite the achievement. I'm gonna give this a few attempts. 1. Okay, that's enough. Enough shenanigans. We're here for the funny red level and not the funny neon level. I mean, neon isn't even a color, but that's used to describe a certain set of colors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an element. If we get down to the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'ma set a guideline of once I make it to attempt 100 in this particular session here, I'll end the stream then.
Yeah.
So now we have like a concrete thing to focus on. And sure, I'm wasting those freaking attempts here. At the very start of the entire level. Well, I need a breather and a half. Quite the stupid way to
Oh
die
my
too.
god, why did you die there?
Well, changing the title again.
But why there? Why? Just why there?
We're really making progress a handful of percent
Yeah.
at a time.
But we could have got much more progress if you just didn't die that.
I mean, the fact that I managed to wiggle my way through crack is already freaking insane. Considering how close to dying I came at that little slow straight line. The way I just
Yeah.
wiggled myself through the teeth. Hold on, now I reset the attempt count, unfortunately. Let's say 90. So at least we'll have something to still go off of. Once it says attempt 90, I'm ending.
But yeah, I talk about that gliding to the skies we were making, and I think if we redesign it properly, we could make it feature worthy.
I mean, yeah, making a feature-worthy level per se isn't that hard. It's all about just like stay consistent with the coloring. Don't make the level ugly. You know, if the once the level is not ugly, really the level of detail doesn't really matter at that point anymore. You know, the level can be as bland as we like, as long as it's not ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, the part I sent you is already, like, pretty much good enough as it is.
What?
Funnily enough.
Say again.
The part I sent you is, funnily enough, already pretty much good enough. And you
Yeah.
know, that's not like the most complex thing I've... The background even alone isn't even close to the most complex thing I've ever made.
As I texted you, I could see that the block design would like to be improved. I mean that it could be improved.
I mean, once the
design.
background is of a certain level, it pretty much captures all the attention that the blocks would get anyway.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I go by. And gliding to the skies isn't really like the level I do wanna... You know, I do regret half-assing the level back in the day. But even to this day, I really don't wanna like sit down for 7 hours making one block. You know, God Eater levels of design.
Or just like any project that has Dimny or 12 included. Like Sonic Fate Infinity or the Apocalyptic Trilogy.
Yeah. Those also, or Woodkid. You know, Woodkid is like
Yeah.
the level. Where is Woodkid on the list, if anywhere?
Let me check.
Because, I mean,
You're
I
not
feel...
even rated yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it even does get rated. You know, doesn't it use like a non-Newground song anyway? We can't even find the actual level here. Okay, this seems to be the official one. Is the song usable? I mean, this isn't the real one, this is a remix, it seems. The amount of time it's taking to even open. Okay, I accidentally exited it. I meant to just pause it to mute the song in case of copyright issues, but ended up just exiting it altogether. I'm not gonna wait out that again, so that was just a massive waste of time. I'ma lower the attempt requirement to 50 because it's taking quite a long time to get even to 100. Am I offline? No, I am not. I had to make sure. At least I'm hopefully not offline.
We're not offline. Nobody other than me on the stream.
Well, sometimes it's all about just waiting out viewers, although I'm not gonna sit here and wait for a ridiculous amount of time. At least with this particular stream anymore. Sure, 18.
Huh?
Sure, 18. But you know, the amount of consistency in this particular stream here has been insane in it of itself.
Mm.
Though this grind may be over way before that week I was talking about, unless I like lose all motivation after dying very late into the level. Which also could very much so happen.
Mm.
Yeah, let me sit straight once more. Because I'm kind of just falling over. My back is breaking as we speak.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be paralyzed by the end of this stream here.
Mm. That won't be surprising.
That's very unfortunate. Let me take another sip of this unspecified liquid.
Oh shit. I thought you were close to the edge there or something.
I mean, I thought I was about to make it fast crack there already, but I sort of like celebrated in my head there, but you know, shit happens.
Unfortunate, yeah.
We're all gonna die and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Have a good night. I feel like Bloodbath is one of the few extreme demons to utilize the mirror portal in any way, shape or form. You know, even Bloodlust removed it.
I think the hardest one is... What was it called? Let me check. Was it Sari Never Clear or Calculator Core?
I don't know
At
much
least
about
a big
either of those.
space.
I've heard of Calculator Core, but I've never like seen the level actually. Isn't Calculator Core made by Walrus?
Yeah.
Okay, then I at least know what the level is. I just don't know how the level looks.
If I remember right, that Sarineva Clear has a mirror portal, then the hardest demon that utilize mirror portal is top 8. Then
Okay, so
Calculator
still.
Core 12 is at 12 and Thinking Space is at 13.
Okay, so still some relatively new levels are utilizing it.
Mm.
Guess I was wrong about my statement before then.
Yeah, but the mirror portal is very, very rare.
Yeah.
Device in a level anymore.
It's crazy how consistent the few times I do make it to Michigan, most of them end up making it, well, maybe not most of them, but a large portion of the times I make it to Michigan are actually me making it past it as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty insane. And beating these hard levels really just comes down to your expectations. If you're going into it like, okay, when am I gonna get 100%, you're gonna get really frustrated really quick. But if you go about it, in the way that, celebrating the smallest of victories, you'll end up making the grind so much more pleasant for yourself.
Yeah, the deal is not to set the goals too high, but climbing up the goals.
Yes.
The high.
Okay, unfortunate death at the UFO part.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate, but they're basically very, very tight.
The UFO part is very cruel.
Yeah.
Or cruel, I don't know how you pronounce. I think it's a C word and not she. Okay, 32. We're approaching the end game of our stream here. The second I jumped, I went, okay, well, shit. Because I knew I was about to hit that edge of the spike.
Oh my god.
I'm getting a little bit of a headache. I wonder if it's about the flashing colors or just the constant stress I'm putting myself under with this level here. Because I've made it to crack way too many times for one stream. And 38 to 52 is quite the large amount of progress I've made in total in these last few streams now. Or even just 44 to 52 alone. That's not small for Bloodbath standards. Considering most people can't even make it to the mini ship part. I think it's made by Vermilion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice little attempt there. Really gave it my all there.
I was laughing at you. I was just looking for memes.
Oh, I'm laughing at you, not with you. here we go, boys. Last attempt of the stream. Let's put it to good use. And to good use we did put it. Well, there we go. To anyone watching this stream afterwards, you're wasting your fucking time. Why are you watching this 2-hour stream of a random dude on YouTube when you could be watching actual good content?
Yeah.
And yeah,
like pony memes.
and you know, with that, I shall declare the stream over. For anyone wondering, if I, manage to do it, I will stream tomorrow. But if real life shit gets in the way, then I won't stream tomorrow. So have that to look forward to, I guess. Goodbye for now.
Yeah.